Ranjit, so you can start the class.
Good evening, everyone. So our last topic is simple interest. Let's start simple interest topic. Can you please try to solve this one? What is the answer? Anyone? What is the answer? Anyone got the answer? So certain amount, principal will be equal to 2,500. Your principal is 2,500. Amount will be equal to 3,875. So in between principal and amount, we are having interest, where interest equal to difference of these two. 875 and 500 will be equal to 375. So by 3 minus 2 will be equal to 1. So total number of years will be equal to 4, where interest is same throughout all the years. So that is divided by 4. So if I cancel, that will be equal to 4 ones are 4 threes are. So 4 threes are 12 and remainder is 17. 4 fours are next. 4 fours are 16. Remainder is 15. So that will be equal to 4 threes are 12. So 443.75. So the rate of interest will be equal to 443 divided by 2500 into 100. So that will be equal to what is the rate of interest in the sense 0000 is cancelled. In 25 table, 25 ones are 25. So 25 remainder will be equal to, so if I subtract 25 minus 40, 44 minus 25, it will be equal to 19. So the rate of interest will be equal to, so almost I am getting, so if I take difference will be equal to 200, so I can cancel by 18 times. So one second, one second. Yes, 443 only, right? Yes. So if I divide 443 divided by 25, 25 ones are 25, remainder will be equal to 193. So that will be equal to 25 eights are 200. So on an average, it will be equal to 17.75 something. So the answer, we don't have any option for 17. So the answer will be equal to none of this. So the answer is none of this. One second. It's not 443, it's 343. 343.75 divided by 25. So 343.75 divided by 25, if I divide, I will get 13.75. So the answer will be equal to the rate of interest equal to 13.75. So the answer is 13.75. Okay, next one. So what is the answer here? Next question. Anyone? A sum invested. So principal, a sum invested, principal is invested at 5% per annum, simple interest. So grows to 81,200 in 8 years. So that will be equal to principal is becoming amount. So we don't know principal. Principal is always 100. Amount will be equal to principal plus interest. Audio is visible, right, everyone? Audio and video. Anyone, can you please respond? Anyone? Okay, okay. Done, done. Thank you, Chalpat. So principal amount will be equal to principal plus interest. So principal is always 100. I will be equal to I equal to TR. So that will be equal to 5 into, so number of years will be equal to, so time period equal to 8. So rate of interest will be equal to 5. So 5 into 8 will be equal to 40. So that will be equal to interest equal to 40. Amount will be equal to 100 plus 40. 100 plus 40 equal to 140 percentage, where 140 percentage will be equal to 81,200, where 00 is cancelled. So 14 ones are 14 fives are 70. So if I subtract 81,000, so 8,120. So divided by 14, 14 fives are 70, remainder will be equal to 112. So that will be equal to 14 eights are 112. So that will be equal to, so that will, one percentage will be equal to 580, then 100 percentage will be equal to 58,000. Now, what is asking, to what amount would it have grown during 5 years of time period? How much it will grow at 12 percentage per annum? So 12 percentage per annum is nothing but 12 5s are 60. So 12 5s are 60. So that will be equal to 160 percentage. So where 100 percentage will be equal to 58,000, then 160 percentage will be equal to what? So instead of finding principal directly also we can find out. So that will be equal to 140 percentage will be equal to 81,200. So 160 percentage will be equal to what? So do the simplification, we'll get the answer. So that will be equal to, so 58 into 16, 58 into 16, 16 eights are 28. So answer is ends with 8. How many options are ends with 8 in the sense only one option is ends with 8. So that is double zero is okay, but answer value is ends with 800. So only one option. So the answer will be equal to 92,800 will be our answer. Instead of finding 1 percentage and 100 percentage, directly 5 percentage for 8 years will be equal to 140 equal to 81,200. What we need to find out is, so same 5 years we need to take 12 percentage per annum. So same, so 8 years of time per 12 percentage per annum. So the answer will be equal to 92,800. Next. Next question. Can you please try to solve? Okay. A certain sum amounts to 9799 in 3 years and to 12,468 in 8 years, where amount will be equal to principal plus interest. Here, so how many years? 3 years. So that is P plus 3I will be equal to 9799. So this will be equal to 8 years. Principal is always same, so that will be equal to 8I will be equal to 12,464. Now we need to subtract 12,464 minus 9799. So what is the value in different of 5 years where principal is always same? 12,464 minus 9,799 will be equal to 5 years. So difference equal to 2,665. So interest is same for each and every year. So that will be equal to 2,665 divided by number of 5 years will be equal to 533. So interest per annum will be equal to 533 rupees. Interest per annum equal to 533 rupees. Now, the amount we are getting, so 9399 in 3 years. What about in 3 years in the sense 533 into 3 will be equal to 1599. So then principal equal to what is the, or else, yes, we need to find out principal only, right? So that will be equal to what is the principal in the sense amount after 3 years will be equal to 9799 minus interest after 3 years will be equal to 1599. We need to subtract. So 9799 minus 1599 will be equal to 8200, where principal equal to 8200, where interest will be equal to 533. What is the rate of interest per annum? So 533 divided by 8200. So 8200 will be equal to rate of interest will be equal to 6.5. Finally, what is saying that after 5 years we need to find out the amount. So interest will be equal to double. So 2R will be equal to 6.5 into 2 equal to 13 percentage. Number of years equal to 5. So that will be equal to I equal to TR 13 into 5 is equal to 65. So amount is nothing but 82 into 165. 82 into 165 in the sense, what will be the answer in the sense? We need to multiply 82, 82 into 165. So that will be equal to amount after 5 years at double the rate of interest is nothing but 82 into 165 will be equal to 13,530. So the answer will be equal to 13,530 will be our answer. 13,530. Next. Anyone, can you please find out what will be the answer here? A sum of 15,600 invested partly at 7 percentage per annum and the remaining at 9 percentage per annum. If the total interest at the end of 3 years will be equal to 3,738, how much money was invested at 7 percentage per annum? Just look at here. So we are not taking X and Y values, we are taking interest values. So total at the end of 3 years will be equal to 3,738, where 1 year equal to interest is always same in SI. So 3738 divided by 3 is equal to 1246, where 1 year interest will be equal to 1246. So if I invested 7 percentage per annum for 15,600, what is the amount I am getting? So that will be equal to 7% of 15,600. A percentage is cancelled. 15 sevens are 105. So 7 6 are 42. So that will be equal to 1092. And the next will be equal to 9 percentage. 9 percentage will be equal to, so 10 minus 1, or else 1560 into 9. You can go with anything. So 9090, 9 6 are 54, 15 nines are 105. So that is 1050, 6 nines are 54. Will be equal to 1104. 9 6 are 54, 9 5s are 45, 50, 9 1s are 9, 1404. Sorry, 1404. So if I take the interest per annum, so I'm getting 1246. If I take If I invested 7%, I am getting 1092. If I invested 9%, I am getting 1404. So, but whatever the interest I am getting per annum, it is lies between 7 and 9%. That will be equal to 1246. Now we need to take the difference of these two. What is the difference of these two? 1404 minus 1246 will be equal to 14 minus 6 equal to 8, 9 minus 4 equal to 5, 3 minus 2 equal to 1. So difference equal to 158. Next will be equal to 1246 minus 1092 will be equal to 4, 5, 1. 154 and 158. So the ratio will be equal to, what is the ratio is divided in the sense 79 is to 77. If I club these two, the sum of these two equal to 156 parts, where 156 parts is equal to 15,600 amount, where one part equal to 100. Now what we need to find out in the sense 7 percentage, where 7 percentage I am getting 158, where 158 will be equal to, sorry, 79. So after cancellation I am getting 79, where one part equal to 100, 79 parts equal to 7,900 rupees. So the answer will be equal to 7,900. Whatever the interest I'm getting for 1 year, it is lies between 7 percentage and 9 percentage. I'm taking the difference of these two. After the cancellation of ratios, I'm getting 156 parts, where 156 equal to 15,600, then one part equal to 100. Then what we need to find out is 7 percentage or 9 percentage in the sense. I need to find out 7 percentage, where 7 percentage equal to 7,900. Answer is 7,900. So what is the answer here? A person invested 40,000 rupees as fixed deposit in a bank at 18% per annum simple interest, but due to emergency, he has to withdraw the entire money after 3 years, for which the bank allowed him a lower rate of interest. If he gets 18,000 less than the what he would have got at the end of 5 years, then the rate of interest allowed by the bank is, generally bank is giving 18 percentage per annum throughout all the years for 5 years. But he invested only for 3 years. After 3 years, he withdraw So total amount. So he has to be invested for 5 years, but he is invested only for 3 years in the sense bank is not giving total 18 percentage. Bank is giving some lower rate of interest. For that, he is getting some 18,000 rupees less. So what is the total interest bank is giving? So let's see. So he has to get for 5 years. So what is the rate of interest in the sense? I equal to TR 18 into 5. 18 into 5 equal to 90 percentage he has to get for 40,000. But he is withdraw after 3 years total money for which he is getting 18,000 less. In the sense, what is the rate of interest we are losing for 18,000? Where 18,000 divided by and what amount we are losing 45,000 into 100. Double zero double zero is cancelled, zero zero is cancelled, 45 ones so that is 45 40s. So rate of interest we are losing after 3 years of investing will be equal to 45 percentage. Then finally how much interest we are getting for 3 years in the sense 90 minus 45 equal to 45. Then number of years equal to 3. 45 by 3 equal to 15 percentage per annum. So total rate of interest bank is giving for 3 years will be equal to 15 percentage per annum. Next question. The simple interest on a sum of money is 1 by ninth of the principal and the number of years is equal to rate of percentage per annum. Find rate of percentage. So that will be equal to I equal to PTR by 100. So I is nothing but I only. Principal is getting 1 by ninth of the principal. So that will be equal to here 1 by ninth of the principal. So simple interest and a sum of 1 by ninth of the principal. So into time period will be equal to time period number of years and rate of interest are both are same. So time into R. What we need to find out rate of interest. So I'm writing R into R. So here also I'm taking P principal we are investing by 100. So if I cancel PP, then I'm getting R square will be equal to 100 by 9. So R square equal to 100 by 9, then R equal to 10 by 3. If I do the cancellation, I will get 3 1 by 3 percentage. Then the rate of interest per annum equal to 3 1 by 3 percentage. Next. a certain amount money generated 7 by 9th of itself in 3 years. So that will be equal to I equal to PTR by 100. So where P is I is nothing but principal. So amount will be equal to 7 by 4 times of itself. So in how many years? In the sense 3 years. We need to find out R by 100. If I cancel P and P, so that will be equal to 4 ones are 425. Then the R will be equal to 25 by 21. Interest I am getting 7 by 4th of principal. There P time period equal to 3 years. R divided by 100. 4 ones are 425. Then that will be equal to PP is also cancelled. Mm, 7 by 4 is nothing but, so denominator, so I will go with the interest equal to 3 parts. So P is nothing but P only. Time period equal to 3 years, where R equal to we need to find out. So this will be equal to principal will be equal to, if I take initially we are having 4, interest I am getting 3, so 100. PP is cancelled, 3 3 is also cancelled, 4 ones are 425, where R equal to 25 percentage. So investing is 4 parts. I'm getting 7 in the sense interest will be equal to 3 parts out of 4. So in how many years? In the sense 3 years. Then the rate of interest equal to 25 percentage. Next, for a person invested a sum of money at rupees 10,500 at X percentage per annum simple interest, and a sum of 13,500 at X plus 2 percentage per annum simple interest. If the total interest earned for both of them for 3 years will be equal to 7,650, then the rate of interest for first investment is, what is the first investment? If I take by using options at 8 percentage, 8% of 10,500, and 3 years will be equal to 7650, where 1 year equal to 2,550. Then 10 percentage will be equal to 1350 will be equal to 130. 1350 here I won't get To satisfy 2,500, I won't get here. If I get 1,050 also, I'm not getting 2,550. So 8 percentage is not possible. So what about 9 percentage? So I will go with 9 percentage instead of 8.5 and 9.5. If I go with 9 percentage, what is the 9% of? Anyone done the answer? That is 9.5. Okay. 9% of 10,500. 10,500. Here also 11% of 13,500. So if I do cancellation, 105 into 9 will be equal to 945. Here also if I do the cancellation, 135 and 135. So what is the value I'm getting in the sense 85, 1485, 945. Here also it is also not possible because it is approximately 1500. If I get 1000 also, I'm not getting 2500. So here 8 is not possible, 9 is also not possible. So remaining will be equal to 9.5 percentage. So the answer equal to 9.5 percentage. Next one. What is the answer? So principal total will be equal to 2000. So investing equal to 2000. Total interest I'm getting will be equal to 1500. What is the relationship between 2000 and 1500 will be equal to if I divide 1500 divided by 2000 into 100, I'm getting R equal to 75 percentage. For how many years? Fifth year, 5 years. So rate of interest is throughout all the years is same in the sense 75 by 5 equal to 15. So this will be equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this will be equal to 15. And the next one will be equal to x, x plus 2, x plus 4. 15 minus 4 will be equal to 15 minus 4 equal to 11 percentage. Answer is 11 percentage. So we'll see installment after compound interest. Next, compound interest. Just look at the introduction of compound interest. First of all, what do you mean by compound interest? What do you mean by compound interest? Simple interest is nothing but interest is calculated every year on initial sum borrowed. What about compound interest? Compound interest is nothing but interest on interest. Whatever the interest we are getting for 1 year, so where principal equal to 1000, so R equal to 10 percentage per annum, T equal to some 2 years. So if I taking individual years, where interest I am getting for 1 year equal to 100, interest per 1 year equal to 100. So what is the amount I need to pay in the sense 1100. For second year, principal will be equal to what is the amount we need to take 1100 or 1000 in the sense we need to take 1100. Why we need to take 1100 in the sense here interest is calculated every year on previous year's amount. Whatever the previous year's amount we are having, we need to calculate the principal interest on previous year's amount. So what are the different types of formulas we are having in compound interest? Anyone? So different types of formulas we are having. So that will be equal to A equal to P into 1 plus R by 100 whole to the power of T. This will be equal to compound interest annually. If I go with half yearly, so that will be equal to R by 2. Quarterly is nothing but R by 4. Monthly is nothing but R by 12. And again, we are not solving any problem by using formula. So we are solving total compound interest problems also by using percentage method. So compound interest is nothing but interest on interest. Interest on interest. Okay, let's see. So, so here compound interest, I will discuss simple interest as well as compound interest. So we are going with the difference of SICA also, where R equal to 10 percentage per annum, where R equal to 10 percentage per annum for 4 years. 1, 2, 3, fourth year, SI and CA. So we know that in SI, interest is constant throughout all the years. If I get interest for 1 year equal to 10, second year also I will get 10 only. In the sense 10 plus 10 will be equal to total 2 years equal to 20 percentage. 3 years equal to we know I equal to TR. So that will be equal to R percentage equal to 10, number of years equal to 3, 3 into 10 equal to 30 percentage. If I want to find out fourth year, so 4 into 10 equal to 40 percentage in SI. What about CI in the sense? In SI or CI, so rate of interest for first year will be same. So SI equal to 10% second year, first year in CA is also same, where difference between SI and CA will be equal to 0. Difference between SI and CA for first year will be equal to 0. So second year onwards, it will be changes. How much it is changing in the sense? Compound interest is nothing but interest on interest. Compound interest is nothing but interest on interest. So that will be equal to, we'll go with formula plus A plus B plus AB by 100. Where plus A is nothing but 10, plus B is also 10. So 10 into 10 is nothing but multiplication interest on interest. Where double zero is cancelled. 10 plus 10, 1 will be equal to 21. After 2 years, how much interest I am getting in the sense 21. What is the difference of these two? 20 in SI 20 percentage, in CA 21 percentage. What is the difference? Is nothing but 1 percentage. Already I'm getting interest will be equal to 10. In second year, it will be changes. That will be equal to 10% of 10. Extra I'm getting 10% of 10. Percentage is nothing but 2 zeros is cancel 1. 10 plus 1 is equal to 11 only for second year interest I'm getting for 11. Only for second year, what is the interest I'm getting? 10. So total 2 years interest equal to 10 plus 10 equal to 20. Here 10 plus 11 will be equal to 21. So here questions will be difference between SA and CA at 10 percentage per annum, where R equal to 10 percentage per annum is equal to 650. Difference between SA and CA at 10 percentage per annum for 2 years. Where what is the difference between SA and CA at 10 percentage for 2 years in the sense where 1 percentage equal to 650. Then principal equal to 100 percentage. What is the 100 percentage? 650 into 100 will be equal to 65,000. So we can find out like this. So third year. So how much interest we are getting? Total 3 years will be equal to 10 into 3 equal to 30. If I want to find out compound interest in the sense, already 2 years will be equal to 21. If I want to find out third year interest, 21 plus 10, 21 into 10 by 100. So if I do the cancellation, I'm getting 33.1. 33.1. So difference between SA and CA at 10 percentage per annum equal to 3.1. Now the question he will ask, difference between SA and CA at 10 percentage per annum for 3 years will be equal to 620. Then principal will be equal to what is the principal equal to what is the amount in the sense where difference equal to 620. What is the difference I am getting? 3.1. So 620 is equivalent to 3.1 percentage. 3.1 is cancelled by 620 into 200 times. 200 into 100 will be equal to 20,000. In this way, we can find out by using to 10% by 10 percentage or 20%. 20 percentage we'll discuss later. So here for 2 years or 3 years, we can go with 4 years also. So in SI for 4 years will be equal to 40. What about CA in the sense already for 3 years equal to 33.1, finally equal to 46.41. Now the difference will be equal to 6.41. Difference between SA and CA at 10 percentage per annum equal to 46.41. Difference equal to 6.41. We need to remember these values. SI 10, 20, 30, 40. In CI 10, 21, 33.1, 46.41. Right? Next. This is about 10 percentage per annum. If I want to find out 20 percentage, what will be the rate of interest in compound interest? 20 percentage per annum. Just look at here, 20 percentage per annum. 20 percentage, 25 percentage. How to find? Where R equal to 20 percentage per annum, SI and CI. Where SI equal to, I am taking again here also 3 years, 20, 40, 60. First year equal to 20, second year equal to 20 into 2, third year equal to 20 into 3. In CI, first year is same, 20, 20 to where difference equal to 0. In second year onwards, it will be changes 20 plus 20 plus 20 into 20 by 100. So value will be equal to 44. What is the difference I am getting in the sense? Where difference is here only, AB by 100. So that is 20% of 20 will be equal to percentage. Percentage is cancelled. 2 twos are 4. Here difference equal to 4. So for third year will be equal to 72.8. Now the difference equal to 12.8. So here also difference between SA and CI at 10 20 percentage per annum for 2 years. Difference between SA and CI at 20 percentage per annum for 2 years will be equal to 1200. So that is 4 percentage equal to 1200. Then 100 percentage will be equal to 4 ones are 4 threes are 300 into 100. So that will be equal to 30,000. So the answer is 30,000. Here also next will be equal to 3 years. Difference between SA and CA for 3 years. At 20 percentage value with 20 percentage per annum equal to some value. Then find the principal. Here also we can find out. Next, if R equal to 25 percentage, so that is 25 plus 25 plus 25 into 25 by 100. So overall for 2 years equal to 56.25. So SI equal to 25, 50. CI equal to 25. First year is 25. Second year equal to 56.25. If I want to find out 3 years, where 3 years equal to 30, 60, 30, here also 60. Extra how much amount I am getting in the sense 30% of 30. 30% of 30 is nothing but 3 3s are 9, where difference equal to 9 percentage. Okay, 6.25. Okay, done. 12.8. Okay, thank you. We'll see one question. What is the answer here? So, what is the answer here? So, how did you get that 8,800? Can you please tell me? Did you use the formula? What is the method you followed here? What is the method you followed for 8,800? Just tell me what is the method you followed. Don't type total answer. Using net effective. Yes. So we need to go with net effective rate. So that will be equal to 20 percentage per annum. Just now we discussed 20 percentage per annum. What is the 20 percentage per annum for 2 years? 44 percentage. Directly 44% of 20,000. 44% of 20,000. Percentage is cancelled. So the answer will be equal to 8,800. This is compound interest. We'll go with the formula also. What is the formula? Amount equal to T into 1 plus R by 100 whole to the power of T. Where principal equal to 20,000, I am getting amount. If I want to find out compound interest in the sense, again we need to take principal minus 20,000, where R equal to 20 percentage. 20 percentage equal to 1 by 5. Number of years equal to 2. That is 1 plus 1 by 5 equal to 6 by 5 whole square. So where 6 square equal to 36 by 25. Here also 36 by 25. 25 ones are 25 800. 25 ones are 25 32. So do the simplification. I will get 28,800 and 28,880. 28,800. Okay. This is amount. So if I want to find out compound interest in the sense, we need to subtract 20,000. So difference of these two equal to 8,800. Okay. Using net effect will be very easy one. So when compared to formula method. So we need to take the multiplication, cancellation. So it will take more time when compared to net effective rate. So next question. So what is the answer here? Here question is 30,000 principal, rate of interest equal to 10 percentage for time period equal to 2 years. Where R equal to 10 percentage, T equal to 2 years, then compound interest equal to, just now we discussed 21 percentage. 21% of 30,000. Percentage is cancelled. 21 into 3 equal to 6,300 rupees. So the answer is 6,300 rupees. Yes, yes. Next, what is the answer here? So the answer is 1560. But by using net effective rate, we need to do the some calculations here. So what is the other method to find out? Net effective rate will be equal to 8 plus 8 plus 8 into 8 by 100 will be equal to 16.64% of 9375. So by using this formula, that is net effective rate, we need to do some calculation here. What is the other method to find out? Just look at here. So CI for first year and second year. So where first year equal to 8% of 9375, where 8 percentage is nothing but 8 by 100 into 9375. Do the simplification. 25 fours are 25 375. 4 ones are 4 twos are 375 into 2 equal to 750. Second year also same value. Second year also same value we discuss. So second year we need to find out interest on interest. Extra I'm getting interest on interest 10% of 10. So first year is I'm getting 10%. Second year also I'm getting 10. But extra, what is the extra in the sense? 10% of 10. Here also interest on interest. What is the interest I am getting? 750. On that 750, we need to find out 8%. 8% of 750, where 10% is equal to 75. 1% is equal to 1.5, 2% is equal to 15, 75 minus 15 equal to 60. 750 plus 60 equal to 810. So if I add these two values 750 plus 8,810, I will get answer equal to 1560. Where answer equal to 1560 after 2 years of interest. Yes, ratio method also will find out. I will explain ratio method. So in compound interest, we are having multiple methods. One is effective rate, one is formula, and other one is ratio based method. So whatever the easy method, we need to go with this method, easy method. So last two questions will go with the net effective rate. This question we can't go with the net effective rate. What is the other method? So we may go with this method or else this method. So ratio method is also applicable. Next question. So what is the answer here? So the answer is 4410. Just look at here. What amount a man would have received on a principal? Where principal equal to 4,000. Principal equal to 4,000. R equal to 5 percentage. T equal to some 2 years. What is the rate of interest after 2 years in the sense? 5 plus 5 plus 5 into 5 by 100. Just look at here. 5 5s are 10 percentage. So it will be 10% of more than 10 percentage, but I am taking only 10 percentage. What is the 10% of 4,000 in the sense? 400. 10% of 4,000 will be equal to 400. So the answer will be more than 4,400. It's nothing but this is cancel. It is also cancel. It is also cancel. It is directly it will be cancelled. Why? Because it can't be 5,200. Nearby 4,400 only. So the answer will be equal to double 410. So 5 plus 5 plus 5 into 500 will be equal to 10.25, where R equal to 10.25 percentage. Then the compound interest will be equal to amount equal to 110.25% of 4,000. Then the value will be equal to 4,410 rupees. So what is the answer here? Direct answer without using pen paper, we can find out the answer. So what is the answer here? In what time will 1,000 rupees becomes 1,331 10 percentage per annum if compounded annually? 3 years. So we discussed already. So what we discussed in the sense where rate of interest P equal to 10 for first year equal to 10, second year equal to 21, first year is 10, second year will be equal to 21, third year will be equal to 33.1. Here also same thing, initially 1000, finally 1331 at 10 percentage per annum. For how many years in the sense? 3 years of time. Next. So what is the answer here? So what is the answer here? What is the answer? 5. Okay. Just look at here. So person invested an amount of 5,800 for 2 years. At what compound interest will you get an amount of 594.5 at the end of 2 years? So principal equal to 5,800. What is the interest I am getting? 594.5. In the sense, what is the rate of interest of 594 in 5,800? If you look at the 100 percentage equal to 500, then 10 percentage equal to 580. So, but 594 will be equal to more than 10 percentage, nearby 10%. So, if I take first option, 4 plus 4 plus 4 into 4. So, it is not possible. Next, 6 percentage. 6 plus 6 plus 6 into 6 by 100. 6 plus 6 is 12. It is answer will be nearby 10 only. So this is far away from 10. So it is also cancelled. 4 is cancelled, 6 is cancelled in the sense 8 is also cancelled. So the answer will be none of these or else 5 percentage. We'll go with 5 percentage. That is 5 plus 5 plus 5 into 5 by 100. That will be equal to 10.25. So 10.25% of 5800, where 10 percentage equal to 580, 0.25 is nothing but 1 by 4th of 58 is equal to 1 by 4th of 58 will be equal to 145. So that is 14.5. So the answer equal to 594.5. So at the end of 2 years, where R equal to 5 percentage per annum. So how much amount in the sense 594.5. Next question. So here also it is also very easy one, where principal equal to 1200, interest I am getting, amount I am getting 1348.32. So what is the interest in the sense 148.32 for how many years? 2 years. Where principal equal to 1200. So what is the 10 percentage? 10 percentage of 1200 equal to 120. But here value will be 148 is nothing but more than 10 percentage. 10 percentage is nothing but more than 5 percentage. 4.5 is eliminated. So which one is the answer? So if I go with 7.6.5 percentage, I will go with firstly 6.5. So I'm not taking total value after 2 years. I'm taking just simple interest only. So 6.5 into 2 equal to 13. 13 into 12. 13 into 12 equal to 156. But the given value is, so whatever the amount we are getting, that is less than 156. In the sense 6.5 is cancelled, 4.5 is cancelled. Obviously 7.5 is also cancelled. So the answer equal to 6%. So we'll go with this method also. 12 and 148. 148 is approximately 144. What is the rate of interest we are getting for 2 years in the sense? 6 plus 6. That is 12. 12 square will be equal to 144. Next. So what is the answer here? Here principal is not given. Principal is not given. Amount is not given. And the interest is also not given. So the answer is, anyone got the answer? Yes. Just look at here. A sum of money lended compound interest for 2 years at 20% per annum. Compound interest where R equal to 20%, time equal to 2 years. We discussed already 20 plus 20 plus 20 into 20 by 100. So obviously we are getting an interest equal to 44%. Would fetch 482 rupees more if the interest was payable afterly. Generally, the person has to take yearly, but he is interested in half-yearly. What is the rate of interest per annum? R equal to 20%. Half-yearly is nothing but R by 20 by 2 equal to 10%. To get 2 years of time, we need to take 4 installment. So that will be equal to R equal to 10% per annum and number of years equal to 4 years, then the interest equal to. So what are the different types of interest we are getting? 10, 21, 33.1, 46.41. So total interest I am getting will be equal to after 4 years or else after 2 years of time. Here half-yearly we are finding. So that is 10%. Total after 2 years will be equal to 46.41. Whatever the value for 46, whatever the value for 46.41, these two difference value will be equal to 482 rupees, where difference equal to 482. What we need to find out the sum. Sum is nothing but principal, 100%. What is the difference I am getting? Here it is 44, here it is 46.41. That is 2.41 will be equal to 482. Then 100% is equal to what is the value? In 2 table 4, I am getting 2 times 4 to the 8, 1 to the 2. Where 1% is equal to 200, then 100% is equal to 20,000. So what is the answer here? So the answer is 1175. Direct answer. Uh, Person A. So some amount is taking is nothing but, so total will be equal to 12,000 fan. So 10 percentage for 6 years. I equal to TR. 10 into 6. 10 into 6 equal to 60. But after 4 years, he revised the condition and said that remaining same rate after but on compound interest. So what is the compound interest in the sense? So here 4 years, that is I equal to TR, 4 into 10 will be equal to 40 percentage. Next, whatever the difference, whatever the number of years we are having, these 2 years we need to find out on compound interest. What is the compound interest we are having? Compound interest will be equal to, so 10 percentage per annum for 2 years will be equal to 21 percentage. Will be equal to 21 percentage. What is the 21 percentage? So here 160. So 140 plus 21 equal to 61. Now the difference will be equal to 1 percentage. So two situations. After 4 years, he revised the condition and said that remaining at same rate but on compound interest. But on compound interest is nothing but 2 years will be equal to 10, 2 years equal to 21. So that will be equal to, okay. So 12,500 at 160. One normally he has to get 160. Here I am getting 161. So difference equal to, that is 125. 1 second, where I am getting wrong. So 10 into 10 into 6 equal to 60. But after 4 years, he revised the conditions that remaining. So if I take 140 percentage, 140%, it's not 140. 2 years will be equal to 1175 times 25 as 3. 1 percentage equal to 10 percentage equal to 1250. 10 percentage for 6 years. 10 into 6 is 60. But after 4 years, he revised the condition, said that remaining at same rate but on compound interest. So that will be equal to 40 plus 21 is equal to 161. Difference in total interest is two situation. Two situation where 1% of 12,500 will be to 125 on the 25. So I will see the answer. Okay. So and tomorrow I will explain this one. Next. So can you please find out this one? Find the compound interest on rupees 15,360 invested at 37.5% per annum for 3 years. So we need to find out compound interest 15,360. So we discuss net effective rate, but net effective rate we can't find out for 3 years. So this method, this question is solved by ratio method. What is the ratio method? Let's see. Where R equal to 37.5. How we can find out 37.5? 3 by 8. So whatever the denominator we are having, principal, numerator we are having interest. So sum of these two will be equal to amount. So 8 plus 3 equal to 11. For 3 years is nothing but, so we need to take 8 cube. So 8 cube, here amount will be equal to 11 cube. Where 8 cube equal to 512, 11 cube equal to 1331. So what is the amount is given? Find the compound interest invested. Invested is nothing but principal is given. 512 parts will be equal to 15,360. So where one part equal to in 5 table 15 3 times, where one part equal to 3, 30 parts 30 times. We need to find out compound interest is nothing but difference of these two. What is the difference of these two? So 1331 minus 512 is equal to 819. So where one part equal to 30, 819 parts equal to, so 30 into 819, 8 threes are 24. So the answer equal to 24,570. By using ratio method, it will be very easy one. Next question. The compound interest on a certain sum when invested at 16.66 percentage per annum for 3 years is rupees 3,810. Find the sum. The compound interest where R equal to 16.66. R equal to 16.6. 16.66 is nothing but 1 by 6. Number of years equal to 3. So principal equal to 6. Amount will be equal to 7. Number of years will be equal to 6 cube. Here it will be 7 cube. 6 cube equal to 216. 7 cube equal to 343. So what is given? So he is given, we need to find the sum. He is given the compound interest. So he is given the difference of these two, principal and amount. What is the difference of these two? 343 minus 216 is equal to 127 parts. Where 127 parts equal to 3810. So see in 7 table 1 we are getting 3 times. So that will be equal to how many parts in the sense 30 parts. Find the sum is nothing but principal will be equal to 216. 216 into 30 is equal to 2 3 is a 6. So the answer equal to 6,480. Answer is 6,480. Here sum is given. Sum we know 216. Or else sum is always principal is always 100 percentage. But we know principal, we know compound interest, we know amount, everything we know. So we are finding where one part equal to 30%, 30 parts, then principal equal to 216 into 30 equal to 6480. Next. Yes, answer is 6480. Answer is 10,820. Yes. Here, so how we can find out in the sense? First year will be equal to what is the 10% of 40,000? 10% of 40,000 is equal to 4,000. Second year will be equal to interest on interest. First year will be equal to 4,000. Second year will be equal to 4,000 plus interest on interest will be equal to 10% of 4,000. So 10% of 4,000 equal to 400. 4,000 plus 400 equal to 4,400. Here we need to find out third year will be, so we don't need to find out third year. We are finding only for half year. That is half year. What is the half of 4400 in the sense 2200? So on that 10 percentage is nothing but 10% of 2200 is equal to 220. So 2420. Here I'm getting 2420. If I add all the values, 10,820. So the answer will be equal to 10,820. Ratio method also we can find out, but the multiplications and the squares will be, it will be complicated. This way, it will be easy only. Next. Find the compound interest on 10,000 rupees in 2 years at 4% per annum. The interest being compounded half-yearly. So what is the difference compounded half-yearly in the sense? So where R equal to 4 percentage per annum, 4 percentage per annum. Half-yearly is nothing but that is 4 by 2. 4 by 2 equal to 2 percentage. For how many years? 2 years. So that will be equal to what is the rate of interest I am getting. So generally, if I take 4 percentage per annum for 2 years in the sense 4 plus 4 will be equal to 8 percentage. What is the 8% of 10,000 is nothing but 800. So this will be cancelled. And also it can't be 912. Why? Because so it can't be 900. Why? Because 2 percentage, right? 2 percentage is nothing but 2 plus 2 plus 2 into 2 by 100 will be equal to 4.04. Here 4.04, here also some 4.04 I will get. So that will be equal to on an average nearby 8.25 something. So the answer will be equal to 824.32 or 825.32. We'll see. Here, so or else we'll go with the ratio method also. 2 percentage, right? 2 percentage is nothing but 2 by 100. That is 1 by 50. 50, 51, 50, 51. So total 2 years, right? I'm taking only for half yearly. 50, 50, 51. So 50, 51. So 50 I can multiply, but 51, 51, 51, it will, so it will be complicated. So instead of doing this one, instead of half yearly method also, what is the other method in the sense? 2 percentage, right? So what is the 10% in 10,000? 2 percentage will be equal to 200. So that will be equal to 10,200. Again, 2 percentage will be equal to where 1 percentage equal to 102. 2 percentage will be equal to 204. So that is 10,404. Again, 2 percentage will be equal to 1 percentage is nothing but 104. 2 percentage is nothing but 208. So 208. So 12 and 6. So 10,612. Again, 2 percentage will be equal to. So 106 and 106 will be equal to 212. So already 612 and 212 will be equal to 824. So nearby 824, so the answer will be equal to 824.32. 824.32. Next, last question. What is the answer for this one in the sense? The sum of money invested at compound interest amount to rupees 650 at the end of first year, 676 at the end of second year. Amount will be equal to principal plus interest. So we are getting 650 rupees. Amount will be equal to principal plus it's not 2.8. So but this will be equal to 676. Where first year equal to 650, second year will be equal to 676. What is the difference of these two will be equal to where interest I am getting 26 rupees. How I am getting 26 rupees in the sense interest on interest. Where first year equal to 10, second year is also 10, but extra I am getting extra 1 percentage extra in the sense that is 10 plus 10% of 10. So 10% of 10 will be equal to 1. How I am getting 1 in the sense interest on interest. Here also same thing, I am getting 26 rupees extra. And what rupees I am getting 26 rupees extra in the sense on 650 rupees. Where R equal to 26 by 650 into 100. So 26, 36, 13 twos are 13 fives are. 5 ones are 5 twos are. Where R equal to 4 percentage. After 1 year, I am getting 650 rupees with the rate of 4% per annum. What is the principal I am having? 100. What is the rate of interest? Where in SI and CI, interest for first year, both will be same. So that will be 100 plus 4 will be equal to 104 percentage equal to 650. What we need to find out? The sum of money. Sum of money is nothing but 100 percentage. So just look at here. So we need to cancel 13 8s, 13 5s. In 8 table 100 I am getting 12.5 times. So 50 into 12.5 will be equal to 625. So the answer equal to 625 rupees. So the answer is 625. So 650, 676 difference is 26. How I am getting 26 in the sense? Interest on interest. So 26 I am getting on 650 rupees where R equal to 4 percentage. After 1 year I am getting 650 rupees. That is 100 plus 4 equal to 104 percentage equal to 650. I need to find out sum where sum equal to 100 percentage. So 13 8s are 13 5s. In 8 table 100, 12.5 times 50 into 12.5 equal to 625. So the answer will be equal to 625. Okay. So remaining questions we discuss by tomorrow. Thank you.